All right, we want to welcome you to our first kind of local Des Moines, Central Iowa team huddle. We're going to be talking about kind of a quick update on what's going on in the Des Moines, Iowa metro area real estate world. I'm sure we can't use this, but we could call it real talk. But I don't know if that's going to work or not. But just want to kind of give a quick background about me. I've been in real estate for over 12 years. I've helped over 750 families buy and sell real estate. Right out of college, I got into real estate working full time, and I've really enjoyed the aspects of real estate, helping families make the biggest purchase and sell their most valuable asset. So it's been really good. It's important to have good real estate agents in all markets, and that's what we strive to be. Really picked up our team in 2018, so we got our first licensed agent then, and so now we have two more. We have Mady Joy and Joshua Moncee Vice. Man, it's always 50-50.
Yeah, so it's great.
I've known Joshua for probably about 8 years. I can't say his name, but we call him Moncee, so that it's easy on everyone. But we thought this would be a good kind of way to kind of talk about the local market and give highlights on what's going on here in Des Moines. There's a lot of national news that's going on that does not apply to here in the central Iowa market. The market here is still going very well, and it's important that we give you accurate updates on what's going on as a team. So real quick, just want to I kind of let you know a little bit about myself. I want to introduce you to Mady Joy. She'll be on the team for almost 2 years, coming up in a couple months. But yeah, Mady, got a couple questions for you. So let me know what you're, not let me know. Can you, let us know, let the audience know like where you grew up at and what brought you to the Central Iowa area.
Yeah, I grew up in Guthrie Center. It's about an hour west of Des Moines, super small town. I came to Ankeny first for school at DMAC. I studied interior design and human services. I switched halfway through and then moved to West Des Moines just recently last December.
So you had, and then also failed to mention what happened last December.
I got married.
That's right.
Got
Wow.
married.
Big time. Come on.
Yes.
Still, the tears are still coming for us as a team. So
Yes,
like that.
yes.
So, no, that's awesome. So 1 year. So how long you been calling Central Iowa? Kind of like your home. What do you say?
The past like 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years. That's awesome. Yep. So Mady, she's kind of a jack of all trades for the team. Kind of a client care coordinator, but also she's gotten licensed since she started, so she will help with showings. Some of our clients will need contractors to get in to do like carpet measurements, countertop measurements. So Mady will help with that. But basically, her focus is to really help with client care coordination and just to know that, buying a home is pretty stressful. And so I thought it'd be important to have a team member that can help me assist in regards to helping our clients have a wonderful experience. So Mady's done a great job, and she's exceeded what I could do on my own. So that's a big reason why we started a team. The reason why I wanted to start one is just that old saying that you'd see growing up in gym auditoriums, team, together everyone achieves more. So we want to, as a team, achieve a better outcome and a better experience for all of our clients. And we really are focused on customer relationships and really customer service. And so by having a team, you can go further than you can on your own. You can serve better when you're around people that are like-minded and great. So Moncee,
Come on.
bienvenido.
Gracias.
So we just passed a big milestone with Moncee. So he's been on the team now for over a year. So I would like Moncee then to tell us about yourself and why you got into real estate and just a little bit of a little history of who Moncee is.
Yeah, perfect. I got into real estate with the opportunity about a year ago for growth for our family. Super excited about it. I know we wanted to have more kids, and I think the job that I was at before had a ceiling, and at least with this one, you make it your own, and there's no ceiling. Together, we go far as a team, right?
See.
So, prior to this, I was at Principal for two years, which was great. Just kind of educate advisors on how to sell a disability product, and then 2 years before that, For 4.5 years, I was a loan officer, which was super helpful.
Yeah.
Understanding the market, understanding rates, understanding people, clientele, just in general. And that part of my lifetime I loved because I help people achieve their goals of buying a house, educate them on things that they don't know that was an option. So I love that part. Because it was a call center environment, I never met somebody face to face, unfortunately. And I yearned for that experience, which now, fast forward to where we're at today, I have that opportunity to grow a relationship with people and not only just help them out over the phone, but physically as well, and be there for them every step of the way. So that part right there really, really excites me now in this part of my season in my life and in my family's life and in this team family's life as well. So.
Yep. No, Moncee's been a big addition. One of the things he can do that I can't do is he's bilingual. So that's pretty cool. So, so English is probably your second language.
Fun fact, it is my second language, absolutely. So Jason loves to practice at all times. Which is
straight, incorrect, wrong grammar, everything. But Moncee's nice to me. So what brought you to Des Moines?
So I just kind of start from the beginning. Grew up in Panama for 9 years, and then when I was 9, we moved to Houston, and then from Houston, played football in Houston, Texas, because that's where you do in Texas to play football, a physical sport, and then got a scholarship at Grandview in 2008, and then I would probably say that I've called Des Moines, as hard as it sounds to say this, but calling Central Iowa my home since probably like 2009, 2010, even though I didn't know it at the time. But kind of love to grow the city and the towns and the state. But yes, so what brought me to Des Moines, Iowa was football at Grandview University, which still holds a really special piece in my heart, which is the reason I'm still here. Yep.
And then right now, on top of real estate in your career, you have 3 kids.
3 kids. That's right. 1 newborn.
Yeah.
That's right.
So the last 12 months, you have a newborn.
That's right.
Tell me about him.
Yeah. We try to call the first 12 months Team No Sleep because that's what it is, which is great. 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, just whatever time we call it. My wife.
Do a couple burpees.
That's right.
Take care of baby
in the
boy.
middle, I hold him like a football. But
that's right.
My wife's been great in that area where she's been gracious to me to at least let me sleep 3 hours consistently at night, which is great. But no, 3 kids, and to your point, it's like, I also coach football as well. My time off and the little time that I do have off, which is great. But just kind of kill it, get after it. Like I said, love the team, love the players, love the coaches, and just love to be a part of their life as well. But graciously been able to do that and also be able to be all in as an agent as well.
Yeah, no, it's great. I think the biggest thing for me, at least, is like for any career, it's like you want to find a job that you're excited about, and so there's always working frustrations because in life, I mean, life's not perfect, but if you can have it as like a lifestyle that you enjoy the career, it's important. So Moncee definitely has done a great job with that. Right now it's football season, Grandview University. He's the D-line coach. So he's not like some volunteer coach. I mean, he has a very important position group. Right now you're ranked number 2 in the state.
Number 2 in the country.
What's it going to take to be number 1 right now?
Number 1 is to beat the number 1.
Are you going to play him in the regular season?
No, but hopefully we get to a point in the postseason to play him.
Do you think they have a tough schedule, or is it still too early to kind of know how good teams are right now?
Yeah, I think we're in midway, but I think the number 1 team right now, it's towards the west of Iowa. So it's kind of just hard to evaluate because they play a little different ball that we do over here and vice versa. Yeah. But it's exciting to work on our own craft right now and try to get better each and every week. We always say 1-0, go 1-0. Yeah. And that's what we try to tell our kids, our players, like, hey, let's just focus on this game. So although that is the end result that we want to win a national championship, we take week by week at a time, and we just kind of get better and better, so that once we get to the postseason, the hope is to get to the postseason, but if we get there, when we get there, that we be kind of rocking on all cylinders.
That's right. kids, right? I saw this week that there was a 49-year-old dad who went back to college. The guy that made the football team.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Is there any room for me? I think I got one more. No, it's not Keith. Keith was a joke. No,
Oh,
there's
no.
a real guy. 49.
Oh, really?
Yes. I think he's a D lineman. Is there any room for me to?
I'm sure.
I have 1 year of eligibility.
If we can look at some highlight tapes, maybe play with your son to see how that looks.
Maybe
if the outcome is like you get hurt, then probably not. But if you're still healthy after that, I think there might be.
What we could do is Melody could create a recruiting video of me.
That's right.
So watch me throw the football, sprint. Yeah, I think it could happen. Or I could show me tackling you.
No, that'd be great. I can act like the quarterback. I'm not sure how
Coach
well
Woodley
it
would be
works.
very impressed by my 36-year-old body. So.
I can't wait. That's gonna be great.
It's a well-oiled machine. No, that sounds like a plan. All right, no, that's awesome. So, no, it's cool that you're having impact in the community and still have an ability to get back to your alma mater. And it's kind of cool too. Moncee, he does do some recruiting too, so he's bringing in more Texans into Central Iowa, which is awesome. So, here are a few of our team members. So we're going to try to do this periodically, just to kind of give market updates because there's just so much bad news all the time. I mean, I think, but we really want to set the record straight on what's going on here in the Des Moines market. So right now, one of the biggest fear that people have is that with rates going up, that therefore, when's pricing going to go down? And all indications right now is that the market's going to continue to appreciate in value, and we're seeing that. Like, what that simply means is, homes are appreciating, by 2 to 4% a year. During the COVID time, that was unprecedented. It was like white hot intensity, and we had that coming into about March or April this year. It was just like, oh my goodness, like 6 offers on a house here in Des Moines, and homes were appreciating by 10% per year. Kind of to give you a perspective, I met with a client that bought a house in, I think it was June of 2021, and I did an updated market analysis. So they bought it for $226. Did updated market analysis. So in 16 months, it's worth $260. I mean, it's wild, and just by owning there. And so what they're thinking about doing is, it's a townhome, so they're going to go to a single-family home. But what we always advise our clients is to make a good fundamental decision, and that's, can you be in this house for at least 5 years? And that solves a lot. But what's nice about the market the last few years, what's unprecedented, in our nation's history of owning homes, is that they want to move in 2 years. Usually they can move and then they make some money, which is great. But right now, Des Moines is one of the top markets here. So we're going to be touching on, leaning in more on local stats, things like that. But right now, it's like we're having one of our busiest months for, clients going under contract. And so right now, people want to buy homes and sell homes right now, and they either want to move up. And so the actual real estate market here in Des Moines is very healthy, and it's going well. And if you have any other questions, just let me know. But I do want to say is if you've owned a house, I would say from 2021 and previous, I think it's very prudent in light of everything that's going on, in the stock market, 401ks, things like that. I think it's really important that you know what your home value is, because it's just important when things are so unsteady in other markets, so to speak. It's important to know what your home is worth. At least get a grasp of what's going on, because there's a lot of discouraging news right now. I think everything's going to be fine, but at the same time, it is it's an interesting time to live. And this is one of the biggest reasons why I like real estate, is that I can tangibly really help people and give people advice. I mean, we spend so much time studying the market, trying to figure out what's the wisest decision. I mean, anytime we work with a client, we're just thinking, okay, if I was in their shoes and I love my family, what is the best decision in light of what we have? And so I think it's really important to know what your market value is. And so reach out. That's why we do market analysis. Just let us know. And it's a real asset. It's a real important thing to really know, especially if things are a little bit turbulent. But one of the other reasons why, like, it's not 2008, we'll get more into this another time, but it's like we're not seeing the foreclosure rate. Our inventory is less than 50% than it was, in 2008. That just means buyers have less options. And as a result, that really drives market price. But we'll get more into that another time. But overall, the market health, it's still from a real estate perspective, is still very healthy. And all national indicators is that it's going to continue to be healthy. And so if you're thinking about buying or selling, the right time to buy or sell is when you're ready. It really shocked me a few years ago. The thing about real estate is that the reality is that you have to move. And Moncee's in his first year, he's helped people move.
That's right.
So that's kind of a way, baptism by fire. You got to learn how to do that. I've done that plenty of times. You got to. The one thing we need to do, we brand our stuff. So Moncee and I, second day in a row, we're matching.
We did not text each other.
We did not text.
That's right.
Or FaceTime or communicate how cute it would be if we matched today. But it's kind of baptism by fire when you help someone move. So Moncee's done that. But I remember, I think it was a pre-pandemic poll. It might have been during it. I'll try to pull it up and we'll put it in the comments. How Melody doing? But there was a poll of like the top 10 things that Americans think is the most miserable things to do or to experience. One of them was death of a loved one, moving, divorce, financial hardship, things like that. But the number one thing that Americans hated the most, which was shocking to me, was moving. They did not like to move. Moving, and that's very American in general, that we are very impatient and we're instant gratification. That's not a good thing. So it's like, it's not good for our souls. But that, I don't think truly when people actually would sit down and say, death of a loved one or moving, what's worse? I mean, when you actually confront someone, I think they'd say death of a loved one. But if it's an online poll, that's what you get. So moving is one of the worst things. So we're going to try to give moving tips periodically through this time. So right now, one of Maddie's jobs is being an expert on giving advice on moving. So we just want to give you one tip today. So Maddie, what is that moving tip?
Yeah, today I just wanted to highlight that I have a ton of hang-up clothes. My husband doesn't love that, but one way to easily move them is to leave them on the hangers and then just take a kitchen trash bag and cut a hole in the bottom, and you'll actually fit them over your hangers and over the clothes to protect them while moving. So it's just like a nice and easy tip. So you don't have to take them off the hangers, fold them, pack them, unpack them, hang them back up. You can just leave them on the hangers.
Do you recommend tying them at the bottom?
I
when you
do.
that? Okay, cool.
I do, yes.
Do you recommend or command people to do it? What do you say?
I recommend.
Recommend it.
Got it.
I won't command.
That's right.
I think that it's funny that you bring up this because my wife, our washing machine, 2 years old, was broken last week, so we're way behind on laundry. So I was putting away laundry, and so often on the hangers they just fell. And so what I like about it is, when I've seen this in action with moving, is that it's tight on top, tight on the bottom, and then they're all together. And I think it makes it so much easier to move because I was carrying like groups of clothes together, and like one or two, due to my middle-aged mistakes, they would just fall apart, and then I would get flustered and then have to pick them up, things like that. But I like that idea. I think it's really good. It makes life a little bit easier, and it protects them too from getting dirty during the move. So I would just say, slam the table there. I'm commanding this. No, I'm not going to command this, but I think it's really important that if you do own a house, that you just know what the market value is. We pride ourselves in customer service, not just during the transaction, but also before and the long-term if you own your house. So I did this the other week for some of my clients, and they bought it for $360. Well, their house is worth $510, or right around $500 right now. So the point is, it's just good for them to know when there's a lot of turbulence in other financial sectors of things, just to know what your property value is. You got to realize the real estate world is a real estate world. It's its own thing, and even if like the market is in an inflationary period, what's even in a recession, which I don't think we're in, but I'm not an expert there, but what blew my mind a few years ago was, of the last 6 recessions, 4 times homes actually appreciated during a recession. And so it's important that you know, because there's can be like, oh my goodness, I'm losing money on my 401k, but your house actually might be appreciated. So it's good to have assets. So, but my command, since we're talking about commands, is to know your market value. So reach out. We're happy to. What it looks like is we spend 15 minutes to walk through your house, take some notes. I've been inside over 10,000 properties, so I have a trained eye of like what appraisers look at, what home buyers look at. Take notes, and then I go back to the home office. Within a few business days, I'll get you market analysis on what the market value is. That will just help you know what that is. And I think it's important. You might be really shocked, especially if you don't have an idea. If you bought a house before 2020, you might be really surprised what your home value is in a good way. So, all right, well, this is our first one of doing a team huddle of what's going on here in the Des Moines market. So reach out if you have any questions.